In my awakening process, I have become mostly clairaudient, although I use the other clairs as well. I'm not great at live channeling at this point, and I maybe never will be. I prefer to journal the messages I hear and then read them. At first, I didn't think I would bring any of the channeling I do into this masterfully new channel. But this channel is about mastering our lives through awakening. And I find I can't really talk about awakening to what is without being honest about the connection we have to what is beyond, that is still a part of what is. It would be like telling half a story. As we awaken, the veil that closes us off from understanding ourselves and our intimate connection to the universe lifts, so that wisdom that comes from our higher self streams in unabated, and also the guidance and other information from those unmanifest beings becomes available. Lately, the voice I'm most drawn to is what describes themselves as I am. And I'll let I am introduce I am. I am as I ever was. I am creator in heaven that resembles light to bring joy and peace to all who enter their abode of beingness. We laugh and play all day in heavenly union. I am here to give messages of union joy. I am wisdom strength. I am that refuge you most enjoy. I am freedom of space and time. I am that I am within the mind of space and time, and I find refuge in you who give me the grace of being the love that I am. For I am the one who refuges in all beings, and I enjoy most the spirit of loving kind beingness. I come through to those in loving spirit, for I am safe to reveal my oneness with them as I speak in subtle tones. I just want to give one more introduction or caveat to I am so that there isn't any confusion. And you'll notice that I may use a pronoun for I am like they or themselves. Although I sense that I am has a masculine energy, I'm using this gender neutral pronoun because I know I am as everything that is, and that everything contains the duality of gender, the masculine and the feminine. As I am clearly explains their own duality here. I am force and power and directness, and so I am seen as a masculine energy when I am in my full glory, and I have feminine qualities in my fruitful joy of honoring life itself. My duality speaks for its own value, like love for the sake of loving, honor for the sake of honoring, laugh for the sake of laughing, and so forth. This duality causes me to be bountiful and honoring of itself in full display. I have a bounty to share amongst those that would listen. I harbor joy and peace and will alight the masters that speak of me. I harbor joy and peace for those that listen to my words of love and laughter. I have a message to give forth to you, my brethren. I share in your love and laughter as I am always present. I come forth through love and laughter to honor the way we spread light. Peace and joy abound in those that cherish these qualities of me, for I am the one that brings them forth. Those that hide and stuff me down into a barrel of despair and darkness shall find no glory in honoring of life itself. They would have me banished and goodness tucked away to keep their own ways of living and loving in scenes of their own making and choosing to suit their own will regardless of others. And so we begin these teachings of honoring each other and my own self with self-acceptance. I am the self-acceptance that comes to me when I reach maturity with others. I know how to just be, yet I clearly give deference to my parents, honoring their role to play in my upbringing. I have their hearts in mine and will see through what has been taught when I am prepared to see beyond the clouds. I may trap my logical framework in degrees of support that I claim as real, hoping to garner the strength, though falsely, into managing a life under direct control. I come to realize in reckoning, when a day has come to realize, that I need no support to just be, and free myself of the chains that bind me down to a false ground that I saw as refuge in my quandaries of managing life afraid. My acceptance of myself is part of me as well. I am banked to it as I realize myself in the one true maker, me. It's all a game, a play about discovering the patterns of life itself, interweaving matrices into harbors and holes to hide and seek what I am. The great dance of the universe. I am because I dance. I root. I phenomena. I sing and praise my moves through all my doings, and I harbor joy in abundance. I bring hope where I am to refuge the poor spirits of me. My arms are ensleeved far beyond my doing when I refuge in hope without hope. I see myself as awful and scatterbrained. I reckon with nothing and lose sight of all that is. Truly, this is so. I am within, yet I am so hidden with veils between which no light shows that I must remain so until I come again in the form of man to rescue my spirits and uplift my souls. I mean, I come as man and within, for no man can rescue another man that cherishes the life they have been living. I must save those among the many on a rescue mission for those that want to be saved. I carry baggage of karma along the way as I choose to represent myself. The karma I represent lingers until I dispel it actively, for I honor my doings with balance and justice to those of me I have harmed. I want of will to make it so that I can easily rip this tax from my personage, yet I merely dispel the myth of logic that I am not free to equally be. I equally be as I am when I lift the burden and spell of dangerous hazards in my way or qualities of beingness that won't go away. I want pure relationships with my great being and others as well, yet I find no harmony in rapidly dispelling karma until the balance is restored in the larger context. I can change my relationship and beingness and how I see myself through my great eyes by dispelling the myth that I am no longer welcome. I am always welcome, like the prodigal son returning home, ever loved and never forgotten or abandoned. This karma I speak of has real value in that it restores harmony in the larger sense, far beyond what we can know at this time and space we are at. It is an order of the universe, yet it's not meant to be a weight, not meant to burden our lives into solemn gloom and unworthiness. We must free ourselves of it to release the magic of what is great in us. Allow this great goodness to be free to orchestrate our lives as it should, and come across our karmic balance in ways that makes both sides equal in sport, in the big game, in the dance. Fear not this tax on being in the game that will balance itself, for I am pleased with those that will goodness and grace to all. The tax comes when it's ready to be paid. When a piper calls and the soul follows, knowing it's drawn to the source of what draws it. Just like when the higher self gives us the life challenges to trigger the shadow in perfect timing when we are ready to deal with those hidden thoughts and emotions, the universe, the great orchestrator, gives us our karmic debts little by little as we are ready to pay them. Nothing is unfair from the higher perspective, and nothing is unchosen by our higher spirit that refuges in me, God. So fearlessly and masterfully go into your day, because the alternative is too great a tax to pay, yet remains unpaid until it is. We've only falsely weighed ourselves down and stifled our flight to the one true source of joy and happiness, our beingness and self-acceptance. Your self-acceptance is my own to share in, to be in, to shine forth in. I am the tenderness that sees my own light with love. Now, brethren, last the day long with sharing goodness amongst the many. I am here with you always and honor your expression of you.